Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Favre just want to be let go. He just want this whole thing dismissed. You need to understand white men will be white men. Just let him go. Let him out of this whole thing. You know, he got enough privileges to step forward and say, you need to dismiss this whole thing and just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just make it go away. These people are a trip when they get in trouble legally. Oh, yeah, I know I broke into the Capitol, broke out the windows and climbed in there, but I got a vacation planned. I need to go on my vacation. Oh, what was Jenna saying? Oh, I'm not going to go to jail. I'm white. I got blonde hair. I'm These people are a trip. Now Brett is out here talking about just dismiss the just let him go. Y'all just pretend like this whole thing never happened. This is bad on me. I'm privileged up in here. I just make this go away. So retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre is asking to be removed from the lawsuit by the state of Mississippi that seeks to recover millions of dollars misspent, millions of dollars in a theft of welfare money. So, we know Mississippi is a very poor state, and there's a lot of people in need of that money. And he's trying to put stuff out here for entertainment purposes. A volleyball stadium is not going to put food on the table for poor people. Okay. And concussion cream, even the experts said that mess would not even work. That wouldn't even work. So, an attorney for Favre filed papers on Monday saying that Mississippi Department of Human Services groundlessly and irresponsibly seeks to blame for its own grossly improper and unlawful handling of welfare funds and its own failure to properly monitor and audit how organizations use the money. Well, it should not be organizations using the money. It should be the Department of Human Services making sure the people that need that money get it. But y'all gave the money to a man that was already a millionaire. Okay, that doesn't make sense whatsoever. But Brett knew what was going on. And when he was getting that money, he wasn't about to turn nothing down. He didn't have to take the money. At the end of the day, he did not have to take one dime. He could have gotten that stadium built. One thing he got is name notoriety. He probably could have done a series of fundraisers and got all the money. But he took the welfare money, and then on top of that, he wanted to use prison labor so he wouldn't have to pay for the labor costs. Wow, what a piece of dirt he is. See, that's why they want these prisons around here to be at their disposal for any heavy lifting that needs to be done. So, including Favre in the lawsuit has had the intended effect. It has attracted national media attention. So what? If you look, if he didn't take that money and build a stadium and they said he still owes interest on the money and everything, this wouldn't be in the news. This is really his own doing. He did this to himself. So he's upset over the national media attention that it has gotten. So he's all butthurt over that. Who cares? So Hirschman wrote that the lawsuit focuses on the welfare agency's false insinuations concerning Favre's supposed involvement. No, he is involved. It ain't no supposed involvement. Boy, these attorneys are scoundrels up in here. They are, you know, and all they do is get trash out of trouble. That's what they do. They sit back and get trashy people like Brett out of trouble when they really should be paying the price. Don't nobody look, anybody that feels sorry for Brett Favre, you are just a person of privilege. That's why you feel that way. That's the only reason why you feel that way. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, which in fact is responsible for allowing the scandal to occur? Well, your client, Brett. I don't feel bad for him. He's just upset that his name is out there, and it should be. Favre is not facing criminal charges, and that's why we know he got privilege because he's not facing criminal charges. If it was anyone else, they would be facing charges. He is among more than 3 dozen people or companies being sued by Mississippi Department of Human Services as it seeks to recover a portion of the money stolen. Okay, now this is considered a public corruption case. So the department filed the lawsuit in May saying the defendant squandered more than $20 million for assistance for the most poorest families and poverty programs. Yeah, because you have everybody involved is nothing but a thief. Favre grew up in Mississippi and played football at University of Southern Mississippi before a long career with the Green Bay Packers that included a Super Bowl. He was traded to New York Jets in 2008 and played there 1 year before his final 2 seasons for the Minnesota Vikings. Favre was he claims he repaid 1.1 million he received of speaking fees from the Mississippi Community Education Center, a nonprofit group that spent, the welfare money with approval from the Department of Human Services. But the state auditor, Shad White, said Monday that Favre still owes $228,000 in interest. Well, somebody like Brett Favre, it should have been easy. It should have been easy for him to pay that amount, right? It should have been easy for somebody like him to pay that money. White's office has investigated the welfare spending in response to questions Monday about Favre seeking to be dismissed from a civil suit. White told the Associated Press every party in the civil case is free to make the arguments that they would like to make, but I'm not going to comment on them. The court system can see the case, and the judge can determine who owes what back. A former Department of Human Services director, John Davis, pled guilty in September to federal and state charges tied to the welfare stealing. Because you know how they are. Misspending. No, you stole that money. You stole it. But you want to use misspending. You didn't misspend it. You stole it. The director of the Mississippi Community Education Center, Nancy New, pled guilty in April to charges of stealing welfare money, as she did. Her son, Zachary New, helped run the center. Like Davis, they await sentencing and agree to testify against others. So they got a plea deal. So they're not going to get the time that they really should get for stealing that amount of money. That's why they pled guilty. So in September 12th court filing, the attorney for the Mississippi Community Education Center released several new texts about $5 million in welfare money that went towards a volleyball facility that Favre was seeking to get built at his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, where his daughter was playing the sport. The messages between Nancy New and Favre, between Favre and former Governor Phil Bryan, between Bryan and New, the messages were from 2017 to 2019, when the Republican Bryan was still governor. And he's another one trying to get out of everything. But him and Brett are smack dab in the middle of this whole thing. And they both seem to think there's a way out for them. No, I say jail them all. You stole money, you should be jailed for that, like anybody else in this country would have to go to jail. The court filing said the nonprofit center agreed to pay for $1.1 million for a few radio spots to help fund the volleyball arena, which was also being called a campus wellness center. Another court filing in September included text messages that showed Favre tried to get additional stolen money for an indoor practice facility for the University of Southern Mississippi football team. Bryan told him federal money for children and low income adults is tightly controlled, and improper use could result in violation of federal law. But that sure didn't stop you. Brett got all that money. And Bryan know he got all that money. All of these people are full of throw them all in jail. Every last one. If it was anybody else, you sure wouldn't hesitate to do it. But because these people are well known, they're all wealthy. Now, oh, it's some big hesitation to do the right thing. Get out of here. Y'all full of crap. These people are crooks and they need to go to jail. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.